Welcome back, everybody. This is the loss run data analysis project for Safety 483 for spring 2023. What you can see on the screen right now is something I've been working on this week for this class and maybe future classes. I'm going to do a deeper dive into how payroll and rates and everything contribute to premiums. And maybe we can find a way to convince management to maybe a way to some leverage or data to influence management to invest. And so this isn't done yet. This will be coming up next week, but I just want to let you know this is going to be a lot of fun. And I was just informed that both of the plants that I'm working at are going to be audited by the WCRB in the next several weeks to verify that the class codes are correct and everything else. So I'm looking forward to that. I should have emailed HR and set that up before I started recording. I'll just have to remember to do it while this is processing. So where we left off last time in the last video is that I was investigating the priorities within the Madison plant. And I did that so that I could come up with a proposal. I did make a broad proposal to my boss. And yeah, she agrees that we should move forward with this. So I met with Corey, and he's the safety manager at the other plant. And both he and I are kind of working on it. And I'm still trying to get a hold of the physical therapy people to see when they could come in and take a look around. So that's kind of the plan. I just talked to Corey a few minutes ago too on a separate note, but that's what we're working on right now. So, okay, back to what I had covered. So what I did is, and what you should have done is we take what we learned from last week, the priorities, and then I created this company base. Again, it comes down to this table here. We need to focus on our priorities, but narrow it to a certain plant and a certain class code and a certain cause, okay? That is ultimately going to be our recommendations. And so that's what we're figuring out now. What can the company conservatively expect for the number and cost of claims in 2023, given a certain plant, a certain class code, which is a job type or a proxy for a job type, and then finally the cause. And looks like I didn't fill this. Oh, it's because outliers are included. You post this on the one that has the outliers removed. Here's Madison with outliers included. I should not have completed that table. I didn't, but I did get the other information. I did Madison plant, the whole plant, and this I should have been able to fill out, and I did. So for the Madison plant overall, this is what we're looking at for 2023, based on the data from 2017 to 2021. And it gives us an idea. And so, conservatively, what do we expect the company to pay in work comp in 2023? Well, from an annual average, it's going to be between basically $24,000 and $70,000. This is with $236,000 in outliers removed. So that's the range from a forecasted estimate. And what's going on here? If I scroll off of it, will it fix? Sure it did. So it looks like the claims, based on the trend, it dropped down in 19, but 20 and 21, it looks like it's trending upward. And we want to find out what is the job title, the class code, and the cause that are tending to contribute to that trend, that increasing trend. From a cost perspective, again, our R-square isn't good. It really isn't. This is with outliers removed. So it's still not good, but it still is trending up, especially 20 and 21. So it's going to be probably at least, around that 40,000 range. And so I think this, we could either go with this, which is the forecasted loss, and it doesn't include the outliers. So I tend to think this is pretty decent, even though the R-square is a little bit lower than we'd want. But because, this is dragging it down. If this had been more in line, it would have been a stronger call. But whatever happened in 2019, who knows? That's for the Madison plant. So then I narrowed it down to just the class codes. And so this is 3179. This, and I'll narrow it in a little bit here. This is 4484. And just simply looking at it, we can see what the magnitude is. and we can actually scroll up here and see what the causes are. So we can do things a little bit more subjectively in a way. There's not a lot here. It's going to be difficult to trend any of this. What were the causes? Where are the causes? Cause, miscellaneous, cut, struck by, cut, manual material. So there's cut, puncture, scrape there. And what do we have over here for the policy years? And there weren't any outliers, I don't think, for this policy class code. So this stuff this is the old stuff. Excuse me. We can update it with this. But what I'm trying to show you is if there was a consistency to go with, we may analyze it. But what we may need to do is go back and look at, a plant and then a cause versus a plant, class code, and cause. I think we were able to accomplish it with the 3076 in material handling. I mean, it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay with trending. And was this filled out yet? Did I do that before we jumped off? I think I did. Let's see. The forecasted would be about 14. We didn't do it. Why would I do that? So outliers removed. This would be 14. Madison. Are the outliers removed here? Yeah, they are. They're down here. And we got to update this because this is just manual material handling. Now, that's right. We're looking at repetitive motion too, if you recall, because the entries were similar. So let's look and see what we have here. 3 repetitive motion, 10 material handling. There's 13. We can actually look and see what the repetitive motion. See, I don't think this is Madison, because we don't have those things. But it's what they told me. It's what HR told me. So there's some discrepancies here. In fact, just this week, because of the video I had created earlier in the week, I was talking to the new corporate work comp coordinator. And on a quarterly basis, we're going to meet and we're going to review the entries and see if they make sense and make sure that everything is coded properly because of this project, just so you guys know. Climbing into the scissor lift, we felt, okay, that seems more like a walking thing or a motion thing. Injured workers, strange. So that would count. Hand tendonitis. So we're going to assume we're just going to use what's here, okay? And I got to make sure that all this stuff is coded properly. So this is Madison Plant 3076 and manual material handling plus repetitive motion. I'm running out of space. I should type that all out, obviously. So this is 14. The outliers are removed. Do we have one with the outliers included? And so, yeah, I'm getting some mixed things here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this because I don't trust it. So I'm kind of picking up where I left off. Sometimes we have to do that. This is just manual material outliers. So is this one updated? If it isn't, I'm going to be a little upset. It is not. So did I throw a fit or something in the last video? I'm going to have to watch that again. This is just manual material handling. You can see it's just 3076. There's 9 of them. I think this is where I kind of, when I considered, should we put repetitive motion in there? And then we can do one with cut, puncture, scrape. We're just going to do 2 causes. And whether we can narrow it down to just one class code or not, or if we're just going to do the entire plant, that's what needs to be decided. Yeah. You got to work with what you have. Let's just say that, okay? All right, so what are we at here? In 2023, this is with outliers removed. We're at about 14. Year average, we're at 2. 14 because it's burp. Last 2 years kind of driving it up. Decent R square value. And what do we have here? 2023, it's just above 35, but I feel comfortable just putting in 35. This is 35, 1, 2, 3. And that should be with outliers removed. These are all manual material handling. Yep. And then do I have the data in there? Let's see here. This should be 2.2. I got that from right there. That's for the claims. The dollar value is about 62.80. 80 per year. And what's the R square down here? 6798. 0.6798. Now I need it with the outliers included, which I don't think I have. What I can do is first save my work and then copy it. Sorry, this got a little bit off. I'm going to do some backtracking here in a moment. I'm going to reinsert the outliers. I'm just making room for them. Come down here. This is only manual material handling. And put them right here. Okay. Delete. Okay, so now everything is up there. Is everything accounted for down here? Sorry, I need to zoom. The total is 12. And do all of these work out? I can't see. It's 124,000. Yep. Okay, I think it is working out because the totals are all working out. So there's 12 here, there's 12 here, there's 12 here, there's 12 here. Okay, everything's working out, everything is equal. So now what I need to do is recreate these but with the outliers included. All right, because there's nothing down below, see? So now the outlier stuff, let's see here. Oh, it goes over here, right? Outliers removed are 0. That total is 12. What's this here? Okay, that's not right. Here's what we want to do with this. Equal. We're doing 4 or 5 year. We'll do 5 year. I can't remember. Okay. And this is equal to the average, which is right here. And this is equal to the median, right? Which is right here. Oh, that's a high median compared to what we've had. Uh-oh. So that's taking from here, but we got to go back a page with it. That's why I usually start with it and then back it up. So I'll go back over here and I got to put in the average, which is right here. Okay, it didn't change a lot. Average claims. Oh, I'm sorry. The last one should have been median. This is the one that should have been average. Wait a minute. Yeah. So this is supposed to be the average. I got to go do this one and do the median, which is up here. All right, how does that look? That looks, I believe, better because this is with outliers included. So here's what I want to do. I want to quick name this. This is MAD 3076. Why does that always come up? Am I like going over something? Go away. Go away. Finally. Where was I? Oh, MAD 3076. Manual material handling. MMH. Outliers included. Okay, something just opened up on my other screen. I don't know what is going on here. I just closed it. All right, so how are we doing here? We got all that stuff. Number of open claims for this one. Okay, that says 1, and that's adding up those. This over here is incorrect. open claims. Because this is with outliers included, the number of open claims is equal to this plus this. Over here, it is number of $0 equals to 0. Number of outliers removed, 0. Yeah, so those are all zeros now. And we're not doing trends. Trends are for this over here. Okay, so now let's go back and fix this. Open claims is equal to, go back to where the outliers are removed, and I'll rearrange that. This plus this. Number of $0 claims is equal to, go over here, 0. Outliers removed are 4, is that right? It's equal to, go back over here, I think it's 3 actually, isn't it? Yeah, it's 3. Do I have a thing set up that counts that? No, it's 3. I'll do it manually. Okay, I'm going to delete that and just go 3. And then the total is equal to, go back over here. It's right there. Is that right though? I'm going to go back and look at it. I'm not sure if that's right. It's not. Now it is, and it should have automatically updated, and it did. Okay. So now that information is good. We need to do these forecasts over, okay? So this is with the outliers removed, and so now I need to rebuild this. I think I'm gonna try to do this. Go select data and edit, and the name's the same, the values are the same, but all I really need to change the Y value. So what I need to do is outliers included. Nope, it's not there. It's 17 through 21. Hit OK. Okay. Not sure if this updated or not. I think it did. So the R square is now 0.5714. What was it? It's not going to change a lot. 0.59. Okay, so it went down when I added it back in. All right. Outliers included. That's where I am. And what's that estimate now? 7. Yay. Was it really 14 on the last page? Is that what we came up with? No, it's not. Or is it? Oh, that's just 3076. I was looking at the wrong one. I'm just going to make sure that this is on this page. It is. Okay. It is 6. It's just under 6, but I'm going to round up. Oh, man. Why did I do that? I really should not have stopped in the middle of my work like that. I didn't even finish that stuff off. That's about 15,000. Okay, and I'll have to bring that, because I'm entering it, I can copy and bring it over. So what's the trend? Wish I knew that I had done this. Trend is 1. So about 1 per year. What's this going to be? 2702. 2702. And what's my R square? 0.7672. 0.7672. Is that right? Okay, now we're okay. Now that stuff is correct. That stuff is not correct. So that's what we're doing on the other page. Because that's no longer good, I'm going to delete it and delete that. Okay. I'll have to bring this stuff over. Is all this stuff typed in? It is. So I'm going to copy this and go to the outliers included one. Usually I like to keep this on the outliers removed, so I'm going to probably copy it back. Okay, let's go paste. There we go. Now that's correct. Now what are we here? We said 7. And what is it down here? Well, we need to... Oh, I have it down here too. Okay. I have to rebuild all this. What a travesty. I knew when I was working on it the other day, I was like, you know, Need to rebuild this. All right. What is our total paid? 17 through 21. And okay. Now, the new is about 46. I'm going to say 46 because it's right above 46,000. And what was this? 1.2 increase. This is 5414. 5414. And what's the R square? 1284.1284. All right. Is everything correct now? I think it is. So here is the this right here is Madison plant class 3 claims only verified. Okay, I'm going to put that in there whenever I know it's the right one. I wonder if I could copy this over to this one and have it be correct. I wonder if there's a paste special. Paste special. I wonder if I was to delete all this and put this in there. Doesn't look great, does it? I think if I get rid of these things, maybe. I mean, right now, all I'm trying to do is move on. Because what I want to do is, I'm probably going to wrap this up and do pointnet by itself. But essentially, what are we doing? Okay, let's look at the logic of it, okay? And I'm going to first save my work. So this is with outliers removed. This is Madison 3076. This is 3076 total. So we could actually look at it from 3076. I could look at this stuff, and we could compare it. We got to do with and without. Outliers removed. Where's 3076? Outliers included. Because all of the policy class codes are 3076. So yeah, of course we'd want to focus on that. But and within 3076 outliers removed, what do we have for causes? It's manual material handling. I think we could maybe stick in the repetitive motion there, and that might give us a little bit more insight. That's what I was working on last time, and I just had deleted. And then the cut puncture script. There's only 5 of them. How can we trend that? You can't. There's just too few. Again, when you start narrowing things down, well, there's 4 that are just under cut puncture scrape there. That's strain repetitive, strain repetitive. It's really difficult to do. So if we were to do just Madison plant, outliers removed. Again, we've done this. And did we even do the big table? We even did the big table. If we look down here, manual material handling, I'm just going to make sure that the rankings are all, yep. Manual material handling, repetitive, and cut puncture scrape. That's top 3. Yeah. So maybe we won't narrow to a job title, though we know what it is. We could still report it that a majority. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I would prefer to go down to this detail, but the problem is so few claims. I mean, it gives us insight, and maybe we can report it as sort of an afterthought. When we looked at it from 3179, is there much here? There's 15. And we can kind of look up here. They're mostly assembly. And what are the causes? I'm just going to sort that quick. Manual material, repetitive motion. So if that's their primary, we go here to another class code and sort this. And cut puncture, cut puncture scrape. Struck by. What are the job titles here? It's not all reported. And 17 and 20. That's all they are. So that's not going to give us much of anything. It'd almost be better to go by plant, maybe, and use the class code as sort of a secondary of what we'd be focusing on. But I think that the evidence clearly points to focusing on the Madison plant. So this is Madison plant, outliers included. You can see there's 62 total. Most of them are from 3076. Again, that's outliers included. And we know that 3076 has all 4 of our outliers at this plant. Manual material handling, repetitive motion, that's 33. That's over half of them. There's a 5 slip trips fall, 10. So I really think we're going to look at... Really? Is it really that low? With the outliers included? Huh. Doesn't seem like there's much there, does it? It almost looks like we should just focus on the manual material handling and repetitive motion. The average per is about 1900 and well below the averages for the state of Wisconsin. The manual material handling and repetitive motion, how are we doing there? Let's see, we're at an average of 5,900 approximately, well below the average. For repetitive motion, we're at 5,382 versus, so we're below the average on those. Slip, trip, and fall, on the other hand, we're at an average of 24,000, whereas the average at the state is about 11,000. So might be worthwhile to take a look at these, even though there's only 5 of them. There must be one really expensive claim from a slip, trip, and fall perspective. So what am I doing right now? I'm reading, and you guys are like, what is he talking about? I'm getting to know the data. I know that some of the entries seem pretty questionable. Some of the questions are questionable, whether it's Madison or Poynette. Some, they're just really strange. So if I was to do a sort right now by total paid, high to low, should find a slip, trip, and fall up here. I want to know what happened. Number 1. Okay, so number 1 at the Madison plant, and there are only 4. It was a total of 100 and basically 116,000. Is that our most expensive claim? Well, I can go back to my descriptives, and my most expensive claim is 116. So that's the one. It happened at the Madison plant. So where's my Madison plant stuff again? Madison plant, outliers included. I believe that's what I was looking at. Yeah. What happened? I want to read. Walking to door, making table, and tripped and fell, reaching out for table to break fall, heard pop noise in right arm. So, it sounds to be like a shoulder or arm injury due to trying to catch someone during the fall. This description could be a lot better. Again, this is what we're going to be auditing. So try to make sure that this stuff is somewhat more legit. What's going on? So that is the most expensive claim. Somebody tried to catch themselves. Walking to door, making table, and tripped. Falling out for table to break, reaching out to table to break fall. Weird, right? The next one drops down to below 50, and what is that one? Right elbow is sore and getting worse. So that's definitely manual material handling, probably repetition. That's what it sounds like. What do we list it as? Manual material handling, elbow, no physical injury. Strain. See, okay, just reading these two, do you guys kind of see that there needs to be an improved qualification for some of these entries? Next one's 37. What is this one? Injured worker states left thumb pain after he'd been pushing a cart. Okay. Working 99 line, a robo press 2, turned from bench to robo press 2, and something popped in the shoulder. Working on 814. I'm not sure what that is. Putting in panels. You have to slam the unit to the table. Make sure. So you also have to pick up. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, that's a interesting one. All right. So our most expensive claims, other than trying to catch themselves, it just seems like it's kind of everyday stuff, and then they felt a pop or they slipped and tripped. Though this one, again, is a little bit odd, the most expensive one. So in the Madison plant, what I'd like to do is focus solely on motion, repetitive motion, and manual material handling. I need to do it both with and without outliers. So I'm going to start with the outliers included. So I'm going to copy this over. So this is the actual what we need to be doing, and I'll make sure the assignment. So what did we do last week? Last week, or I'm sorry, the last video, is just, it was more informative than anything, okay? All right, let's do this. We're going to turn this into a filter. I mean, I could have figured this all out and just come on and told you exactly what I'm doing, but I wanted to work through it with you. Again, what's the goal here? We're trying to figure out where to focus, what to focus on, and what it would cost us if we do absolutely nothing. That's what we're doing, and that's the thought process. Delete. All right. So by taking a data set and knowing what to focus on, so I had to go through the thought process. I did not do anything by class code. This is just the Madison plant. I deleted all the claims that were not repetitive motion or manual material handling, because that's going to be my focus. So this is Madison plant, and I'm just going to say manual material handling plus repetitive motion. That's what this is. Outliers are included. All right, and I'm going to try to fill this out with what we have. So here we've got the company-wide. We've got just the Madison. It's interesting to compare this. And then we're going to do just Madison plant, just those types of claims. So you see we're narrowing, we're focused, we're getting more focused on what we're doing here. So that got too big. All right, so I like to fill this out after I've done it with the outliers removed. So I'm going to do the two figures here. This stuff has already been updated because there are 33. I can look down here, there's 33. I can look down here, there's 33. It's 3076 to 3179. So that's interesting. You know, those are two primaries. They account for a great majority of the overall. Do you see what I'm doing? I hope you guys do. Hope it's understandable that I'm just trying to figure out where to focus, what to focus on, and what it will cost, and that's what we're doing. So let's make a scatter plot 17 through 21. Insert regular scatter plot. This is the count for Madison plant, repetitive motion, and manual material handling claims 2017 to 2021. I hope that made sense. Again, how are we going to present this to management? We're trying to get this down to the bare numbers. Okay, so that's the count, and I need to update this. What is the title we want to go with? Madison plant claims. Actually, manual material handling plus repetitive motion claims per policy year 2017, 2021, outliers included. Okay? You should always do that right away, otherwise things can get confusing. I think I was doing this before to try to get it to narrow down. I don't like where that's located. It won't let me widen it. It's weird. Okay. You do the trend analysis. And then we'll be looking back in order to fill out that table that we're going to do on the next page. 'Cause that's where I like to do it. I didn't like what I was doing before. There we go. All right, let's do the total paid now. Again, let's check our work. So the total is $188,000. The total is 188,000. The total is 188,000. Do you see? So I'm checking my work to make sure, and I can look at each one of these tables to make sure that the totals work out. All right. So total paid, 17 through 21. Insert, scatter plot. And now I want to add the x values, x-axis values, edit. It's 17 through 21. Okay, let's fix the x-axis. Okay, let's add a trend line. Again, we're forecasting to 2023. And we have annual averages. So let's bring this down here. We'll add the language to it. And then we can do the next tab. And that's where I'm going to end. And then the next video, we'll do point at. And the final, look at things. And maybe at that point, I'll also be able to kind of talk a little bit more about what we're going to do next week. So again, I hope that MMH plus remote total paid per policy year 2017 to 2021, outliers included. Okay, what was I saying? That I wanted to show you guys the thought process. It's going to be about that time as well. So, save my work. I'm going to bring this over and remove the outliers. Copy. New tab. Paste. I need to sort by total paid after I turn this into a filter. Data filter. Again, I got to make the outliers bubble to the top. Largest to smallest. We've got 3 of them. We have 3 of them because the other one was a slip trip fall. That was the most expensive one, if you recall. And I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna cut and put them down here. Okay, there they are. Do I have a total amount here? No. Let's go insert. What's the total amount of paid here is equal to the sum. There are 3, and that's the amount. They're all manual material handling. So let's go up here. And we got to rebuild these. So we need to rebuild these. So I'm going to highlight this. I can either delete it and start over, or I can go into select data and edit. And all I really need to change is the Y value, but I got to get onto the proper tab. See, it's still taking it from the one we were just on. So I go to sheet 3. It's got it highlighted or whatever, but I'm going to redo it. And now, do you see it change? I did. And this is new. So, and we can compare back. So now we're at a 4291. I'm going to go back here. We were at a 4515. So let's go ahead and rename this quick. Madison plant, MMH plus repetitive motion, out. I'm going to say 3 outliers removed. So this is the one we're going to be referring to. And here's the other thing you can do is you can color code these things. I'm going to make it green because this is the tab that I'm going to take this from to make recommendations with. This right here. And I need to redo this. That's right. So select data. Just need to redo the Y values. I got to make sure I'm on the correct tab. It has it highlighted, but I got to highlight it anyway. Hit turn, hit OK. Hit OK. It didn't change? Oh, let's scroll off of here and then come back. Okay, there. Okay, so before, ooh, with the outliers removed, it made it worse. Because we're still, what the, is that right? Okay, it was high in 17 and then dropped down and went up again. There are 9 claims. Okay. That's what it is. So really big year in 2021. 2022, there's been nothing yet. But again, it's only been 6 months. And I know for sure there's going to be some because we just opened some. All right, let's build this now, okay? So first I'm going to do outliers removed. So average number of claims per year is equal to, and then we use 5 years. So I'm going to go, oh, don't know why that happened. The amount equals, again, I'm going straight from the table here. The average is equal to, it's right next to it. The median is equal to, and I got to come up to here. The number of open claims is this plus the reopen. The $0 claims is equal to that. Number of outliers removed. There's 3. The total equal, scroll down. I think I just put it in, didn't I? Yeah, it's that amount there. Okay, so then we reserve that for there. All right, so let's go to the tables on the last one. So equal. I'm going to go back 1 tab, and it is that amount. Oh, sorry. Equal, go back a tab, and it is this amount. Equal, go back a tab, and it is this amount. It's interesting to kind of compare them, isn't it? Equal estimated median. Oh, I gotta scroll up for this one. Median's right here. Open claims, go back over. It's open plus reopen. $0 claims equal to, and I hope this is making sense to you. What I'm doing is I'm just clicking on the same number of outliers removed, 0. 0 and 0, because it's included. Table annual average, table annual average with outliers removed. All right, so let's do the estimates. And this is where we got to go back. So what does the first thing say? It's between 10 and 11, but it's below the halfway point. So I'm going to say 10. 10. The other table down below, what is that estimate? It's basically right at 70 grand. So I'll put in 70 grand. All right. Let's see what it is right here. The one we just redid, it's more like 9. And come down here and it's at 20 grand. So make sure you guys are reading it and being able to verify it. We don't have to do the averages or anything like that because we're just, that's all you can get from the table except for down here. So what is the trend? The claims trend. Go back a tab and we're just getting the slope here. It's 1.1. So it's increasing by 1.1 per year. What is it right here? It's 0.9. Again, it's the slope of the line. The amount, let's go back. It's right here. It's 7813. So 7813. What is it right here? It's 1726. And then we want the R square values. So for over here, it's 0.24. Dang, dude. Did you hear that truck? And right here, it's 0.05. Not good. 0.05. And is it 0.0511? So not great. Not great. Huh. So now we got to figure out what are we gonna estimate for. And this is the last thing I'm gonna do in this video, and it's gonna go a hell of a lot faster in the next one. What are we gonna ask for? What do you think is a legitimate ask given what we know about for the Madison plant, for manual material handling and repetitive motion claims over a 5-year period, and the estimated what it's going to be? We want to be conservative. This number is very low, and so I'm not comfortable with using this one. So I think it's going to be between these two. just looking at the trend. I mean, again, there was 2 big years, other really low years. Already this year, we really don't have anything. So what would be a conservative, like down here type of look? I'm actually going to go with 14,000. I'm going to go with, that's kind of going up. A very conservative estimate would be 14,000, not including 3 claims, which accounted for 120,000. So that's what I'm going to go with. And as far as what I think there are probably going to be, not that many. It's going to be more down here, like a 7 or an 8. So I'm going to go with 6. So this is what I'm going to report when I bring it to the final tab. My recommendation for the Madison plant, manual material handling, repetitive motion. I believe there'll be 6 of them, conservatively. I believe it's going to be at least $14,000. That doesn't include $120,000. This is going to be the basis from which I ask for an investment in bringing in a physical therapist to assess our jobs, to better understand what certain tasks, or maybe prioritize which tasks are more physically demanding or more likely to lead to a repetitive motion or manual material handling injury, and how much we could, set aside or invest to prevent them from happening. That's that for the Madison plant. The cut, puncture, scrape, we can look at that separately. How many was it again? I'm going to stop it here in a moment. There were 10 of them. They averaged about $2,000. The total was about 20 grand. Works out pretty evenly, doesn't it? I just put in an order yesterday. No, sorry. I got approved to put in an order to replace. We're going to study one is we're going to replace all of the razor blades, or I'm sorry, the box cutters, ones that are spring-loaded retractable. Even though that's not the biggest issue. I did find out through the safety committee meeting that almost everybody gets cuts on their hands, but they don't report it. So they're puncture things. So that is going to enact a new glove study. And as you can see, if there's going to be at least, on average 2 a year, and it's going to cost about $4,000. So I think we could invest $4,000 into studying new gloves. And I mean, I already have 3 different glove studies going on, not relating to cuts just yet. We may have to increase the cut category because we're currently operating between a 3 and a 4. Maybe we got to move up to 5. We just have to make sure that the workers still have the sensation, the touch sensation, and the manual dexterity needed to do their jobs. So that $4,000 for this, and this is just a basic estimate. $4,000 for cut, puncture, scrape. $14,000 for manual material handling, repetitive motion to bring in a PT to better understand what we can do to mitigate the causes. That's for the Madison plant. That's my ask. I'm going to look back at what I originally had done, but I think that's a very conservative estimate. And that's what we're going to move forward with. So I'm going to stop it here, save my work. Next video, we're going to look at point A.